Welcome back, Tigers! This is part 9 of the Mailchimp to Salesforce Integration 9-part series. The entire series will show you how to solve common business problems I am sure you're running into. In this video, we're going to show you how to create reports and a dashboard that will showcase all of your email metrics that you've been working so hard on. In order for these reports to work, you have to complete the steps in our part 3 video where we show you how to create a Salesforce campaign from a Mailchimp campaign that updates the metrics on the campaign record. You will also need to complete the steps in part 6 where we add campaign members with the appropriate status to these campaigns. Now let's hop over to Salesforce and see how to create an amazing dashboard. Now here we are in Salesforce, and we are going to go to our Reports tab, and we're going to click New Report, and we will create a campaigns report. So we just want to choose the report type campaigns. We'll click Start Report, and then we want to add all of the email metrics that we created to capture the email stats from our Mailchimp campaigns into this report. You also want to add the campaign type, start date, and end date. So we'll let you jam out to some tunes while you watch us add these fields real fast. All right, we've got all of our columns in our report, so we will call this Email Stats by Campaign. We'll save this. And this is what your report should look like so far. Now, the next thing that I recommend that you do is you add a custom field to your campaigns that indicates what the campaign was for or what the email was about. So in our example here, we have a field called product, and this is just a pick list. I'll show you what that looks like on the campaign. And we have 3 choices in it: computers, phones, or software. So this field allows us to indicate which product this email was for. So then we can compare the email metrics by product. So we can see if maybe computer emails are being opened more than software emails. So then how that would look is you would create that custom field on your campaign, and then you can add it to your list view, and then you can update these in mass from your list view. Now, yes, this is something that you will need to update periodically so that the information will show in your reports and dashboards, but trust me, it's totally worth it when you see the metrics that you're going to get out of it. So let's go back to our report, and we're going to add this product field as a grouping. So we will come up here and we will add product. Another thing we want to do is check out our filters, because right now it's only showing my active campaigns. I want it to show all campaigns. And then I also want to filter only for my campaigns that are emails. So you may have this information in your type field or in your record type field, so go ahead and add that too. I'm not going to add a date filter here because I'm going to show you how we're going to handle that and show the different dates on the dashboard and have flexibility for the users. All right, so let's save and run this and see how this looks. And now I have my email stats grouped by my product. So this looks really great. All right, let's start doing the fun stuff. Let's start building the dashboard. So let's go over to our Dashboards tab, and we're going to create a new dashboard. We'll call this Email Stats. And then I'm going to choose some colors here. You want to choose the colors that maybe match your business colors, because it always looks really cool to showcase a dashboard that's in your company colors. And then you also want to choose one that you can see the different options really easy. So I'm going to go with this one for now, Aurora, and I'm going to add a new component. I will choose the email or the report that we just created. And I like to start my dashboard with number components at the top showing you totals. So we'll add first, we want to say how many emails did we send. And so we have a field called email sent, which is actually not the field that indicates how many emails were sent out. So if we go to our report here, we can see that the number of emails sent is actually the number of emails that went to recipients. So if we wanted to show the number of emails sent, we actually have to show the record count because each campaign represents an email that was sent out. So we will change this to record count. I like to make this a full number. And then you may have good, bad indicators here, but I like to make all of my components the same color if you don't have any type of conditional formatting that you want to do to indicate that a number is good or bad. So I'm going to make that 0 and 1, and then I'm going to change this green color to be a purple. Then I'm going to add the title here. So this is number of emails, and we will add that. Our next component is going to be the number of people who received an email. So that will be the number of emails sent here. I'll change this date range as well. I'll change this to a purple, the same purple. And then we'll call this number of recipients. All right, I'm gonna add some averages here now. And so let's say that we wanted to show the average percent opened or the average number of opens per email. We can see that we don't have averages here to choose from. So let's save this and then let's go back over to our report. We're going to edit it and we're going to add averages to some of these fields. Then we'll save and run. And then we see our averages here. Okay, let's go back to our dashboard. And we'll select our number component and let's show the average number of opens per email. We'll also make this purple. And if you wanted to remove that decimal place, you can just say 0 here so it looks like a nice round number. And then this is the average opens. We'll do per email. Then we'll add another component. We'll do another number component, and this will be our average percent opens. So this is actually our open rate. I'm going to take away the decimal there so we have a nice round number. And this is the average open rate. I'm going to change this to average opens so it looks cleaner. I like to have nice simple titles on my dashboards. Okay, let's add another component. Let's do our same thing for our clicks. So our average number of clicks per email. Okay, we'll add that. Then we will add another component. And this will be our average click rate. And we'll put that there. Then let's do our unique opens. Oh, I took the wrong one. I want average unique opens. Here we go. And then we want our average unique open rate. And it looks like we don't have a field for that. Let's go check that out. So it looks like we don't have a % unique opens field. So let's go ahead and create that new field. It looks like we missed it in part 2. So this is % unique opens. And then we're going to use a formula here. So then if email sent equals 0, return 0. If not, return the number of unique opens divided by email sent. There we go. Now we'll edit our report and we will add that field to our report. We'll come back to our dashboard. We'll save it and refresh it. And now we need to make it an average. There we go. Okay. Let's refresh that one more time. There we go. This is average unique, or this is our average unique open rate. Okay. Right, then we'll save that. Now let's start adding our components that are going to show our open rates and click rates by product, because this is where it gets really interesting. So let's first show the number of emails that were sent by product. And then we're going to sort this descending record count so that our product that has the most emails on top, because it makes it easier for the user to make a story out of it and make sense out of the numbers. So this is going to be number emails sent by product. Okay. We'll add another component and let's show the average open rate by product. So average % unique opens. 0 there. We'll do the same thing here. We'll sort it. This is average open rate by product. This is actually unique open rate, isn't it? Now let's do our average click rate by product. Save that. I'm saving this section up here for a special component. All right, next, let's do our stats of our campaign member statuses. So that means we need to create a new report. So let's go back to our report builder and we're going to go to our reports tab and we will create a campaigns with campaign members report. Because what we want to do now is show the status of the campaign members by the campaign. So you're going to go to all, campaigns with campaign members. You want this standard report type. And we're going to remove all the fields we don't need because there's a ton here. All right, that should be all set. Now what we want to do is add our product field. And then we're going to add our member status field. And then we're going to update our filters. We're going to add in our type field so that we only get emails in here. All right, and let's save and run this. Let's collapse this down. You can see we have a really nice report that shows us what is happening with each of our emails by product. All right, let's start adding some components to our dashboard. Okay, so that one looks neat, just like that, doesn't it? Emails by product and status. Let's drop that one on the page just like it is. And then I don't see a way that we can better sort that, so we'll just leave that the way it is. We'll expand this out a little bit. Okay, we'll save that. Then let's do a stacked version of this. So it'll be the same data, it'll just be stacked. That looks great. Okay. Then let's just do a component that shows our emails by member status. And we're doing, so this is the record count. So this is the number of recipients by member status. Now let's create a new report. We're going to go back to our email stats by campaign report, and we're going to do a save as. And this will be our emails by year and month. We will edit this, and then we're going to remove our product. And then we're going to add our dates. Okay. Now our date here is going to be grouped by calendar year. Then our end date, we're going to group by calendar month in year. Not calendar month, but calendar month in year. This is important, because we want to be able to show the year-over-year comparisons of your email metrics in a report. So we will save and run this. Okay, so now let's go back to our dashboard. Add a new component. And we're going to do a line component. And our end date needs to be the months. And our start date is the years. And then this is going to be our record count, because we want the numbers of emails that were sent. Okay, this is exactly what we want. We want full numbers. And then this is emails by year and month. Okay, so that's good. So I'm going to put this actually at the top here. This is what I was saving this little spot, because I think it's important to show how much work you're doing and how it compares to last year. Okay, we'll save that. Now let's say that you wanted to know how many emails you were sending by month, in an easy bar chart. So let's do this type of bar chart, and then we only want the month grouping. And then we want it to show record count. All right, so these are our counts of our emails. Okay, we'll add that. Let's see how it looks small. Okay, we'll move this over. Move that puppy over. Okay, let's save that. Now let's add some filters to our dashboard. Now this is probably the most important thing. It's because when you show your teams these dashboards, then they're gonna go, well, next year they're gonna wanna know what we did last year. They're gonna wanna be able to filter it for all kinds of different things. So we're adding filters so that we don't have to create a new report and a new dashboard every year, every quarter, every week. This will allow them to filter the results to look at whatever they want. So we're going to use these relative dates that will allow them to change the report information in the dashboard. So we'll do this month. Last month. You can also do this quarter, last quarter. You can do any of the relative date filters that Salesforce supports here. And you can also do this week, last 6 months, whatever you like. You will add that. And then we're going to add another filter. This is going to be our product filter. We're going to make one computers, one phones, software. And then you can also do computers and phones, phones and software, so they can look at different combinations. All right, let's save this. And now let's take a look at our dashboard. Okay, so we have sent 36 emails. Of those 36 emails, there was 1,114 people that received the emails. The average number of opens per email is 11. The average open rate is 31%. The average number of clicks per email is 3, and the average click rate per email is 10%. Unique opens 11, and unique open rate is 27%. Now, this graph over here is showing 2022 versus 2023. How many emails have I sent out by month? So I can see that in 2022, I sent out 3 emails in January, 2 in February. I didn't send any out again until August. So you'll be able to compare year over year where you're at. Down here, I can see number of emails sent by product. I've got 17 software emails, 14 computer, 5 phone. I can see my open rate by product. I can see everybody likes our computer emails the most. They open those the most, and those also have the highest click rates. So actually I should be sending more computer emails and not more software emails, because that's where the engagement is. This is how many emails I'm sending by month, but what you need to keep in mind with this one is that this is grouping 2 years worth of data together. So we don't have a date filter on this. So this is not showing by month for the current year. If you want to only look at this year, then you would need to change this filter to say this year, and then it'll filter all of the components, and then you will be able to see, okay, for February of 2023, I sent 3 emails, 4 in March, 4 in April. So this is a little bit of a training exercise for your users to get used to something like that if they haven't used filters on their dashboards before. We can come down here and we see our emails by product and status. So we can see that there were 57 clicks for our computer emails. There was 190 opens. 223 people didn't do anything with it, and 6 unsubscribes. Really nice breakdown there. This is just the same report, just shown a different way, so you can see it stacked. And then here's our recipients by status. How many opens, how many clicks across all of our emails. Congratulations on completing the whole 9-part series. I know you're excited to show this dashboard and reports to people to show all the hard work you've been doing. That's it. That's a wrap. We hope this series has helped make your Mailchimp to Salesforce integration project a huge success. How have these videos helped you? What other issues are you facing when managing this integration? Let us know in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to Blue Tiger Academy because we have at least 3 more Mailchimp to Salesforce integration videos coming out soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.